Whoever came up with this that your 40s are your new 20s, dead ass wrong. I'm 41. I've been divorced, single for years, can't keep a guy more than 2-3 weeks max.
They all go for the younger women. So my dating puddle, even though I think
women over 50 are struggling.
Okay, so I think I figured out why men like dating younger women or like dating children.
So I thought I'd use this platform as a way to make connections with people.
What are the best dating apps for women over 50 looking for love?
I don't know, is this what happens when you're dating in your 50s? Like, I don't remember.
The wall is closing on them. Nowhere left to run.
A lot of grown men date young girls to avoid that grown woman pressure. See, every man want to believe that he's an alpha man until it's time to do what alpha men do, like provide, protect, produce. So when that grown woman put pressure on that wannabe alpha man, who's usually a weak man, he runs to a weaker woman. The woman that he can control her mind, the woman that self-esteem is low, the woman he can manipulate, use, and abuse. Yes, that woman. See, ladies, you could be too much for a man. You could be too independent. You could be too accomplished. You could be too established. You could be too confident that you have to send that man back to the basic women that they're comfortable with. And when you finally let that man go, you will realize that he had absolutely nothing to offer from day one, only lies and disappointments, which means that you had everything he wanted. He had nothing. Ladies, be smart, date smart, choose wisely, and remember, I told you.
Let's get one thing clear. Men don't have to deal with grown woman pressure. This is my life. You not gonna shame men into dealing with bullshit. I'm 52. Most of the women my age look like shit with too much emotional damage. No, younger women are nice to be around. You older women are often overbearing and come with too much trauma and baggage. Overrating yourselves has been brainwashed since the beginning of time. We've been told to protect them, to take care of women, but no finance benefits, no benefits. If anybody knows what a grown woman pressure is, let me know in the comments. It sounds like a headache already just thinking about it. This is just their tactic on trying to force men to deal with their baggage because they can't handle it. They've hit the wall and realize that they're no longer 20 years old.
You can't even tell me what grown woman pressure is without telling me about your bills or being disagreeable or argumentative.
I agree.
they all go for the younger women. So my dating puddle, even though I think I'm pretty smart and I'm not bad looking and I am as invisible to, I'd say 70% of the men.
Whoever came up with this shit that your 40s are your new 20s, dead ass wrong. When I was in my 20s, I was engaged, having babies, getting married, I had a house, I had goals, I had a plan for my life. I'm 41, I've been divorced, single for years, can't keep a guy more than 2-3 weeks max. I have more money than sense, drink like a fish, and half the time, I don't even know what fucking day of the week it is.
It's amazing at her age, she's still making the same mistake. She said she can't keep a guy more than 2 or 3 weeks max, and she's still attracting those same types of guys. Just when will she learn, huh?
So, do you think that when you shake ass in the camera and stuff, like, men are gonna look at this and be like, you know, that's a girl who I want to make my wife?
I don't give a fuck. I don't want these. Let me tell you something, baby. I was raised by my father. Fuck you niggas. I date one of you niggas and I keep 2 in the chamber.
So do you?
At all times. Fuck you niggas. I don't give a fuck. I'm my wife.
Do you not want to be a wife one day, though? Do you not want to be a wife one day, though?
When I'm old, you shake ass. I need to know your connotation of wife. Yeah. Because I'm a lot of niggas' wife. Okay. I'm a lot of niggas' type.
Do you have a ring?
I got a few. I got plenty of rings. Bitch, I forgot to put my other 50 rings on. I'm iced out. Let me put the light on that shit.
What has a man ever?
Let's put the ice on that shit. Yeah.
These women are just getting crazier and more delusional as they age. She said she would love to be a wife when she's old. Apparently, she's not paying attention to what's happening to dating today. If becoming a wife one day is truly her goal, which I truly doubt, she should be searching for a good man now. But with that kind of behavior, I doubt it's gonna happen. Good luck.
My husband fucking cheated on me last night. You won't even believe this. I pulled up to a Target parking lot and I thought I saw his car. Matter of fact, it was his fucking car. And there was a fucking bitch inside of there and she had blonde hair. Okay? They weren't just sitting in the car. They were holding hands and giggling. I took a picture and that was it. That was the end of my fucking dream. And I woke up this morning and I haven't talked to him all fucking day long.
Okay, I got you. Now subscribe.
How's your dating life going? It isn't. You haven't been on any dates? No. Met anybody? No. Are you even on dating apps? No. Plan on getting on dating apps? No. So you're just happy being single? No. Do you have a will to live? No.
In this next clip, you're about to watch a woman trying to shame men for dating younger women and calling them kids.
Okay, so I think I figured out why men like dating younger women or like dating children.
What the hell are you talking about?
Or, yeah, you know what I mean by that. First of all, I'm just gonna first talk about the guys that just like dating younger women, not necessarily like little kids, but it's still like fucked up. So let's say they're like 40 or 50 and they're dating a 20-year-old. Some of you may feel like, oh, that's not a big deal, but I personally think it's disgusting and fucked up. And I realized that a lot of those men, they're like heavy drinkers and they started drinking heavy in their 20s, around their 20s, and that's like the age group that they go for. Alcohol and drugs stunt your mental growth. Like if you are constantly drunk and high on like alcohol, coke, whatever, your mental age is going to be stuck at that age that the age was when you started doing all these drugs, because your mental age gets stunted. So then it makes sense why they go for younger girls, because they're stuck mentally at the age of 20. And now on to men that date children. I was high when I realized this, and I feel like when I'm high, I can get inside the mind of like anyone and understand them. Like I have like true empathy, and not in like a way where, oh, I feel sorry, in a way that like I can understand why they're like that, okay? So when I was high one time, I don't know, I think I was watching something about people that date little kids, and I realized from like different documentaries and stuff that those people usually have some sort of sexual trauma. Like they had it done to them. So say like they had it done to them when they were like 6 and then they grow up to be, they go for the people that are that age because they're mentally that age. Am I the only one mind blown by this? Like the reason they go for kids that age is because they were traumatized at that age. Either like trauma from drugs or trauma from like another person. They're mentally that age. I hope this made sense, but it blew my mind.
Keep in mind, this information is coming from a woman that was high on drugs. This is what these women do when men no longer want them. They start to shame them. But if an older woman were to be dating a younger man, it wouldn't be a problem now, would it? You would definitely not see her get on the camera to address her concerns. But since it was men, she felt the need to say something. Here is the real reason why most men date younger women.
I find it curious that women get so upset about the biological fact that most men prefer women in their younger years, mainly due to fertility, low body count, and just general attraction. And I knew countless women at the age of 19, 20 who dated 30, 35 plus men while they were young. And then all of a sudden they get to be 30, 35, and now all of a sudden they disagree with it, saying it's creepy. I find that it's more just an insecurity factor and the fact that they are no longer that young and now they see those women as competition, which is sad because in reality, most of my videos are really to teach younger women to choose better in their 20s. If you are in your 30s and still single, that is no reason to hate on the younger generation or hate on the men that prefer them and by calling them creepy or even words that I'm not even going to use here. Innately, I have always known this. My husband is 7+ years older than me, and I did that for a reason. And he did that for a reason. At the age of 37 when we met, he knew he wanted a family. He's not going to go find another 37-year-old hoping by the grace of God or with fertility treatments that they could have a baby. I'm not hating on women. We just need to understand both sides. Men have every right to choose their preferences just as women do. For example, nobody wants to date a short, broke man.
And there you have it. They ignore all of the facts because they are bitter that they're only getting older and no man are looking their way anymore. I don't know what that previous woman was talking about, but she needs to stay off them drugs.
Convinced that the more educated you get, the harder it is to date. And this is why. I have a lot of high standards for myself mentally, emotionally, financially, which is why I decided to go into the career that I'm going into. And because of that, I have high expectations for the person I date, meaning I want them to have similar goals and ambition as I do. Unfortunately, there are not that many men who have that similar ambition or similar goal. And especially in Las Vegas, like Las Vegas, it is just so hard to date here. It's absolutely ridiculous.
It's not an educational thing, it's a personality thing. The reason why she can't date is because she's got a shitty personality. And because the guys she's messing with won't put up with it, she's blaming it on her education. Insinuating that they're not on her educational level. No man cares about your degree.
Hey, TikTok family. So I haven't posted in a really long time because the person I was posting with was my boyfriend up until recently. Today is the day he's coming over this morning to get some things from my house. One of them being a vehicle, so he has to come here to get that. You know, I just wanted to get real with y'all. Like 2.5 years, like 2 years and 8 months we were dating, and I thought, you know, this was it. I was widowed 5.5 years ago, and we really took our time with this relationship. And, you know, those red flags you see in the beginning, you really need to pay attention to them. And these weren't huge red flags. They were very subtle red flags. But I've come to realize that he really doesn't know how to love. And even though it felt like he did, when you're in a committed relationship and you're talking about the future, and then all of a sudden your romantic feelings just kind of fizzle out temporarily, you don't quit. You don't give up. Not if you really love each other. And that's what he did. He just gave up. He quit. So sorry, my hand's shaking because I'm nervous. He's going to be here in a little bit. You know, this dating after 50 thing is extremely hard, especially when you're a Christian woman that has high morals and values and you don't want to just jump into bed with people. So I'm just sharing if there are other women out there like me that feel like it's just really, really hard to put yourself out there again. I mean, I was widowed after 31 years of marriage, and then I gave 2.5 years to this man. And now it's like, I don't even want to bother. This is just, it's just hard. I don't know. Do I have any sisters out there or even some men that are feeling the same way about dating after 50 and trying to find that person that you click with and want to spend the rest of your life with? Because I don't want to just date for the sake of dating. I want to be in a relationship. I want a companion. What do y'all think?
It's too late for that. This is really how hard it is for women over 50. But now you're seeing all these women who's going to parties and saying that they don't need a man. They're only saying that now because of their age, because they're younger. But that will quickly change as they get older. If only they've realized the importance of having a man and building a family. Such a waste.
I think it's embarrassing for women that are put in those situations, because how do you make it to 40 and not learn how to get along with a man?
That is true.